So if you watch it again and you see Cal standing there like this, I go, biggest broken Yatterton on Vice! And thankfully I remember that, so thank you, choir, thank you. And the rest is history.
Ado, we're going to bring out our guests. Please welcome to the stage Kimberly J. Brown, Judith O, Robin Thomas, and Daniel Coots.
Never had to stand for a mic.
I know.
This is exciting.
This is fun.
Watch out.
I feel like I'm getting a present.
I was going to say, I feel like we need a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Thank you.
Is this first time for anybody?
Yes.
Everybody?
Oh,
wow.
St. Louis versions.
Oh, not anymore. Well, thank you for inviting me to your family reunion. I appreciate that. Mother, daughter, father, son. So Halloweentown it's meant so much to so many, for so long at this point. It's been a really enduring franchise. So I want to ask you guys, what do you think it is about the franchise that has made it so special and given it its longevity? What do you think has kept it alive?
She's very kind, but I think overall at the heart of the movies about this magical family is a family with teenagers and kids trying to figure out who they are and what they want to do with their lives. So I related to Marnie as a teenager myself. I was 13 when we did the first one, and so was Marnie, and I would have loved to have been able to fly on a broom. I'm still working on that. But so yeah, and then you also have the brilliant gift that was Debbie Reynolds, of course. But, yes.
So I think now's the time where we talk about Debbie Reynolds.
We love talking about Debbie
Yes.
Reynolds.
So, what were your experiences like? What did you take away? Did you have a big takeaway from working with Debbie? Something that you carried with you?
We had a lot of takeaways. We could literally just do the panel on Debbie.
Sure.
Yes. Which I'm sure nobody would be that upset about. I would say that for anybody who's come to our table and interacted with us, Debbie taught all of us, individually and collectively, that you are nothing without your fans. And you have to remember, like, when we did Halloweentown, we were just talking about this today, it was 27 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa. And there wasn't any social media, and there wasn't a culture of, like, interaction. It was really sort of one-sided. We would do our thing, and when you're doing film and television, you're kind of working in a vacuum. You don't ever get to, we never had an opportunity to meet you guys unless it was randomly at a restaurant, in a hotel, on an airplane, something like that. And Debbie had started, she was a young girl, she was part of the last of the Hollywood studio system. And so she was taught how to do this thing and she was truly an icon and a celebrity, and she was trying to impart that. A big part of that was that you take the fans, you create goodwill, and then they'll follow you anywhere and everywhere. And so she would travel with, like, pictures and was always so kind to everybody, and she really taught us that. And I feel like that's part of her legacy. In us individually, I know certainly for me, and she taught me so many other things, but that was a really big one. And so I do believe that if she was alive today, she would be up here, answering questions, and she'd probably at some point get up and sing something, and dance, and then swear and apologize. Or not.
Swear again.
She used to sort of pretend to be like a church lady, but with the sauciest mouth you've ever heard. Yeah. So I think that was one of the things, and I just really, I think she would have loved this.
Her favorite, we used to see groups of fans that would gather the corner of different areas around set, and she would always make time to go over and say hello, and she definitely impressed upon me so young that what a gift it is to be able to perform and bring joy to people through your performances. But her favorite way to introduce herself to fans is she would walk over and go, "Hello, I'm Princess Leia's mom." So that was, yes, she was very proud of that.
The only thing I can add, I mean, everything that Judith and said is correct and real, and the one thing that was so impressive to me was, I'll just sort of repeat a little something, was I remember one day we were working and there were a bunch of people sort of watching us shoot, and they were behind sort of some barricades or something. And in between takes, Debbie would go over to the barricades with her secretary, and she literally had these postcards with her picture on it, and the secretary would give it, and she'd sign it, and she'd give it to them, and it was like, that was, I'd sort of never experienced that before, and I'd done some stuff, and so that was really pretty cool. And I really had a great time working with her. She was really generous, she was funny, she was saucy, she was...
Potty mouth.
Yeah, she was great. I mean, it was really, sad to see. It was really, really fantastic to get an opportunity to work with her, so.
Yeah, I have a bunch of memories of her because she was amazing. But there was one scene that we were doing, the big party scene at the end of the second one, where everyone's there. We had like 100 extras and everyone's dressed up and stuff. And we were filming into the wee hours of the morning. It was probably 1:30 in the morning or so, and everybody was tired because we've been filming, and all the extras are tired, and we're tired. And Debbie was like, "We need to get this party started." So she went out in the middle of the extras and started singing and dancing and telling jokes. Before you know it, everyone's like ready to party, and then they're like, "Action!" And we just kept going. It was the coolest thing. And she just never stopped, you know. She just had all the energy, and she knew exactly what she needed to do and went out and did it, and we just carried on. It was awesome.
I have one more question before we open it up to everyone else. So we're rapidly approaching Halloween. Coming up. Do you guys have any traditions or anything you look forward to at Halloween? A favorite candy, perhaps?
Ew, here it comes.
I'm ready.
Wow. I guess that, could you perhaps be speaking about one of the best Halloween candies ever, candy corn?
Ew!
Sweet wax.
Yeah. My husband, no. Robin, what about you?
Dots.
Yes.
Dots. Okay, so you like candy corn? Candy corn?
Not dots.
Candy corn too.
Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah.
I don't know, candy corns, Reese's.
They're not mutually exclusive.
At our house, we were full-size candy bars.
Ooh!
Because I knew.
I was born in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is close to Harrisburg, and then close to Hershey, Pennsylvania, where, you know,
yes.
yeah, when I was a kid, we used to go to Hershey, this is a little different version, but we used to go to the Hershey factory where you could actually see and go into the real factory, not the ride that now exists, but the real factory where there's big, massive vats of chocolate. And the whole thing smelled of chocolate, and it was like, oh.
Do kids ever
gosh,
jump
it was
in?
like- and then you got to buy these massive bars that were like 5-pound, 10-pound chocolate, Hershey chocolate bars. They were, I mean, it was just so cool.
So you went to Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
No, you guys have a Halloween tradition, you and Daniel. Don't you?
We do have,
Do
we like to
have.
dress up.
They dress
We like to wear, you know, we like to dress our dog Luna.
And Luna.
Yes, we have family costumes. We're still trying to decide if Luna likes it, but she goes along with it.
She loves
She
it.
never protests. I think she has more costumes than we do.
That's true.
I'm a grandpa 3 times over, and so this is my first Halloween with my grandchildren who are, will be 2, and so this will be his first Halloween out. He's got a little sort of yellow duck costume. My daughter has 2 5-year-old sons, so we're gonna all go Halloween.
Stop.
Yeah.
So, do you have your family costume picked out for this year, or is it a secret? Is there gonna be a big reveal? Oh,
Yeah, we're narrowing it down.
They're gonna pull it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, what is your name and what is your question?
Right, and my question is,
Oh, she's right there.
is there any other movies that's not Halloweentown that I should watch?
Yes.
There's a lot. There's a great one. There's all these turtle. No.
We all just start naming every other movie we've been in.
I would say one of my all-time favorite. When I was your age, it came out way before me, but sometimes it was in the movie theaters, and then eventually it was on television. You've probably seen it, but if you haven't, the original Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
That's a good
great
suggestion.
movie.
Really good.
Great. That's a really beautiful Technicolor, great color, fun, fantasy, really great. And you know, lots of Disney movies too. A lot of Disney movies are really great for someone your age.
And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes. the
Gene
OG
Wilder
one.
version.
Yes.
Yes, yes, Gene Wilder.
All right, how about Bambi? Have you ever seen Bambi? You know that? Yeah, that's a good
That's a
movie.
sad movie. Trying to break this whole
That's a really good question.
That is a really good question.
A lot of stuff you didn't see.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Kaylee, and what is your guys' favorite Halloween movie that is not Halloweentown?
Well, I loved, again, it's a little bit older than you are, but my favorite Halloween show to watch was The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And for me, when that came on TGIF, that was the start of the fall season. So it usually pops up on some of the streaming apps this time of year, so that's my recommendation.
That is one of the greatest Halloween movies of all time.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate. We just watched, she hadn't seen it, and we just watched it a couple weeks ago, Sleepy Hollow. It was very good with Johnny Depp, that was a cool one. But the Disney cartoon Sleepy Hollow was pretty awesome as well.
I don't know if it's a Halloween movie, but Edward Scissorhands? Is that
Christmas movie,
That's
technically.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool movie, yeah.
That's a really good question. Thank you.
Well, it's
Hi,
technically
what's your name
is.
and what's your question?
My name is Jonathan, and sometimes I know when actors are finished recording the movie, they sometimes like to take a prop with them. So I was wondering if you guys have taken any, props from any of the movies.
We call her Sticky Fingers.
Yes, I do have a few props. The producers were nice enough to give me a copy of the Halloween book, Halloweentown book from the first one. Yes, it's I keep it in a sealed in a bag. I wash my hands before I touch it now. I'm just like so afraid to do anything to it.
Smithsonian call.
And I also have Barney's whole purple cloak outfit from the second one. Debbie was very helpful in suggesting to the producer that maybe I could just take that home because they had made it for me. But that's those are two of my favorites.
The other one that I love that you have
Sticky Fingers.
is the bat.
Oh, and Disney gave that to me too, just on the record. I
Just like her better.
I'm Calabar's bat assistant from the first one. When he pops up out of his little grave and says, "There's somebody here to see you, boss." I have that puppet at home. Yeah.
Now, I have my mask, which is like 26 years old, so.
Is it still in one piece?
No, it's still in one piece, and I wanted to bring it to cons, but it's so fragile. It was made of latex, and it's in a plastic thing, and I sort of keep it at home because it would totally fall apart. So, yeah. I was given that.
I have Luke's ears. In somebody's hands. I don't know who. And I have, from the second film, I have my mask. I haven't seen it in a while. Last I saw it was looking okay. It got pulled out. It got dragged out every Halloween once I had kids. And it was turned into some guy who generally was sitting in a chair with some kind of crazy eyes. And then I had my teeth, which when I transformed into a monster, I have the best teeth ever because they're like orthodontist grade. They're really good. Daniel, did you get anything?
I did that leather jacket that he wore, and I wore because it was so cool. I was like, oh my gosh. So I went up to one of the producers and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, so what are you gonna do with the jacket? Can I just keep it when we're done? And he was like, no. I was like, okay, fine. So then I went to another producer and I'm like, hey, so what are we gonna do with that jacket? Can I keep it when we're done? And they were like, no. And I was like, fine. Just take Marnie then.
That's a really good question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Hannah, and my question is, what was the hardest part of making the movies?
Well, I wouldn't call this the hardest part, but one of the things that may not be realized about filming the first one was we filmed it in the dead of summer. So we were trying to play chilly, and oh, it's fall outside.
That's what they hold.
But I was sweating. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it was toasty out there a few days. So it just got a little warm, but I honestly don't know that I would call any of it hard, because even on the longest days, or the days where you're doing the most work, it's still truly so much fun. So we had a great time.
I think waiting. I think that there are sometimes really quick, you come in, you do a rehearsal, everybody together so we can hear it out loud, we're gonna kind of figure out where we are, the director kind of tells you where he wants you to stand or she wants you to stand and go and move and all that, and then they bring in the entire camera crew, and then you do a blocking rehearsal for camera, and then they mark everything out, when you're gonna move, and then they send you away. And that can be hours, like long enough that you forget what you did. And then they light it, and then you come in and you do your master, and now, basically the process can be very, very long. And unless, for all you aspiring actors, unless you really, really love it, you will find it to be a little boring.
I don't know if anything was hard, but I know I had a terrifying moment in the script where Cal opens the portal in the second movie, and you're not supposed to open the portal, you're not supposed to be able to until Halloween, but for some reason he could. In the script it just says, Cal says spell to open the portal. And I'm like, great, okay, they're gonna give me a spell. This is fantastic. Don't need to worry about it. Writers are gonna get it. So they're like, okay, we're gonna film that scene today, and I'm in my trailer waiting for them to come give me a spell. They show up and they're like, hey, okay, so in about 5 minutes you're gonna film the scene. You good with the spell and everything? You got it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And they shut the door. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a spell, and they expect me to have a spell. What am I gonna do? So I'm freaking out in my trailer, and all of a sudden it came to me. I was in choir in high school, and we sang this German song that was called Musica or something. So it's like, Wie gesprungen, Jaderton, ein Feist. So if you watch it again and you see Cal standing there like this, I go, Biggest Brugen, Jaderton, ein Feist! And thankfully I remember that, so thank you, choir, thank you. And the rest is history.
Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
Betty, and I wanted to say that, did she have fun reaching in the pumpkin?
Say that again, baby.
Say that one more time.
Did she have fun reaching in the pumpkin?
Oh, I did. That was a big pumpkin, wasn't it? I loved climbing that pumpkin. I had to really hold on though, and I was glad that you just managed to throw the talisman and managed to get it right in the right spot. So I'm glad you liked the big jack-o'-lantern.
It's a really good question.
Was it slippery?
It was
I like to learn too.
Hi there, what's your name? What's your question?
My name is Michael. I have a question for all of you. What would be your favorite scene that you shot through all the movies?
Boy, one of my absolute favorite, and this is something I've said a few times before, but one of my absolute favorite scenes was the broom flying scene in the first Halloweentown with Debbie, because that was our very last day of shooting. And up until that point, like Debbie and I we'd all been in big group scenes, so I did not know that we'd then get to go on and do sequels, and Marnie and Aggie would go on their little adventures together. But this last day of filming was just extra special because it was her and I up on they just basically built a big stool and put the broom across it, and so we kind of sat sideways, and it would kind of move side to side, forward and back, and they'd move the camera around to look like we were flying. So we basically sat up there for hours in the afternoon and just got to hang out. And so that was, yeah, one of my absolute favorite days.
Oh gosh, I think one of my favorite days was, it was one of our first shooting days, and it's when Grandma Aggie shows up and she's got her bag. And there's everything in that bag, and it just keeps coming, and it was so much fun because it was really an opportunity when all of us got to start feeling out what it was like to be a family together. And they were just feeding stuff in that bag. There was somebody underneath, and he was just feeding.
Yeah, it wasn't computer graphics.
Oh,
it was actual.
Everything was practical.
Most of the magic out of Aggie's bag, and some of the other things were real practical magic.
I think my favorite scene was in the ice cream shop, and I remember, and it was really hot. And I remember that I just for some reason I remember there were cones of ice cream, and they just kept melting. They kept melting, and we were trying to get this scene, and Debbie was in the scene, and I just remember it was kind of funny, but it kind of wasn't, and it kind of was. And it was a fun scene.
Do you remember the green mashed potatoes from the second movie, from the second Halloweentown? That his dad brings in the ice cream.
The frog dad.
Oh yes.
Frog
Dad. I forget his name.
I forget.
He brings in those 2 gallons or whatever
like
the green
sugar
ice
or
cream.
something, yeah.
It was green mashed potatoes. Because it just holds together a little better, you know.
Yes. They started playing some practical jokes. Oh yeah. They played a couple. Yeah. There are kids here.
I just want to tell you that, when I pulled the lollipop out of it, that was real. That was actually real. I actually really did that. I can't do it anymore, but I actually did.
Do you remember in the earlier draft of the script too, they wanted Sophie to lick the lollipop, like to eat it after you pull it out of your ear?
Oh,
You're
nice.
like,
Nice.
ew.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
was
exactly.
like, well, we're not like, so we shifted that, but yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes was when Cal's face comes out of the block, when he turns the pumpkin into it, because they had to do a mold to my face, so they had to put the little straws up my nose, and they put all of the plaster all in. I had to sit there for like an hour and not freak out. And they pulled it off, and they turned it into this big block thing that they then glued to my face. So then it's glued to my face this big, and I'm like, "You Cromwell witches!"
Pieces of styrofoam on either side of his face.
So I could walk around in between takes with it on my face. And then when we were done filming, a bunch of people got together and they graffiti and wrote all over. Like it was a big brick wall type of thing. So that was one.
Did you get to keep it?
No. Dang it.
Did you ask him?
Don't get me started.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi there, what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Anna, and I have a question for Kimberly and Daniel. How did you guys find out you liked each other?
Wait, what?
Well, it wasn't until only about 9 years ago, so it wasn't until much later after the movie. We were friends filming the movie, but strictly professional. And he was so great coming in. Like I felt for him coming onto the second movie because all of us had worked together already previously, but he really just came right in, fit right in. But it had been probably about 12 or 15 years since he and I had even spoken, and we were social media friends. And so I was filming some comedy sketch content for my social media with some friends, and I DM'd him one day to say, hey, you want to come film with us? And so we started doing that kind of stuff. And what the kids say now, we started catching feelings. It just kind of happened from there.
Did you want to know how I found out? So Kimberly calls. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And she says, so, I'm dating somebody. And I said, oh, really? And, because we've stayed in touch, and I love her like crazy. And so she said, yeah, it's somebody you know. And I said, oh, really, who? And she said, Cal. And I went, oh, Cal who? And she said, young Cal. Young Cal who? And she said, oh, God, young Calamar. Daniel Koontz? What? I approved completely.
And she came to our wedding, so
It was a beautiful wedding.
Thank you for your question.
Hey there, what's your name? What's your question?
My name's Madison, and if Halloweentown were real, how would you spend your day?
Good. Thank you.
well, you know, I would like to, I'd start the day off with a nice pumpkin latte at our local coffee shop, as one does. And then, you know, I'd like to think that Marnie likes to take a stroll around Halloweentown, sipping her coffee. I'd like to think maybe these days, maybe she's, sorry, Robin, mayor, running for mayor, you know, just trying to still be in charge and help merge the two worlds and have everybody get along and everything. So, yeah, I think she would love spending it outside all the time, but I would stay away from the dentist's office. Marty is like me, and that's not my favorite
I
place.
give you a second in command.
Oh, okay.
You were banished. You were banished. But I think
I mean, if you could maybe
unbanished.
move from the talisman, we could figure out an amended schedule.
But I'd like to see like this little situation. You can get him out and then you'd be back and then, I don't know, I think they could fall in love. I don't know.
I don't think Marnie would ever go to the dark side though.
If he had a compelling story of why he did it. Because his life was so terrible. I don't know. Right? Against his will.
I would think that Cal would spend the day in Halloweentown trying to take over Halloweentown.
See? You can't trust that. You fall in love with that.
No.
We're back, baby.
So yeah, there's some our thoughts on where our characters are probably doing these days.
We never think about it though.
No.
Good question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right, so we have just a few minutes left. How do we feel about doing like a lightning round so we can get
Yes,
to the line?
sure.
Okay, so we're going to ask our questions quickly, and then we're going to try to answer quickly. So you can answer. Okay. All right. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Shania. What was your favorite set to be on Welcome?
Favorite? Oh my God, they were all good sets. The first one definitely, I think, sticks out because it really started it all. It was the OG. Yeah.
Same.
Peter.
I loved Aggie's bedroom. When Cal sold the book, the bedroom was amazing. It was decorated with everything. There were eye of people on the wall. There was all kinds of stuff in there. So it was really
I take it back. Benny.
Good question. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Angel, and I was wondering, similar to another question, what your guys' favorite line was from the show. And I don't think it necessarily has to be your own. So, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one is probably magic is really very simple. All you have to do is want something and then let yourself have it. A wise woman told me that once.
Being normal is vastly overrated.
Bring me the talisman!
Is good stronger than evil? Let's find out.
Good question.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
I'm Elise, and she actually took my question. So, it's not Halloweentown related, but have you guys listened to the new Taylor Swift album?
Not yet.
Not yet,
I
but
haven't yet. Nope.
looking forward to it.
No, but I'm sure it's good. Is it good? Have you found it? It's good?
Yes.
So, recommendation?
That was random.
Hi there, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Chloe and I have 2 questions.
Okay, can we do one question? Can you pick your favorite?
Okay. What is one movie that all of you have been in that is not Halloweentown that is approved for kids? Just one.
I did it. I did another Disney Channel movie called Quince. That's on Disney. And that one, yeah, is about a girl who has 5 babies, younger brothers and sisters that come into her life. So that's a fun one.
I was sitting here going, I don't know, what, and then I went, duh. Teenage Mutant Ninja
You know, I did a movie called Summer School, but it's a little older, so maybe another 10 years.
It was more of a TV show. There was a Disney Channel show called The Jersey. That I had a fun time. I played a little bully. I always played bad guys.
And what's your name?
My name is Abby. How do you make the taxi driver skeleton look like just bones?
So, Benny was played by an actor who was actually underneath and operating the puppet, and there was a guy driving the car. So it was an animated, real guy in the car, in the taxi, doing his thing, yeah. So, yeah, it was a puppet.
They had like little computer, like little animatronics that made the head go. And so it was like a little bit electrical, a little bit human, and
A little bit of magic too. Yeah. There was also a guy that would sit in the cab with a remote control, almost like a remote control car, and he would move the buttons around, and that's like what would move Benny's eyebrows and stuff like that. So it was really cool. That's an awesome question.
that's a great question. Thank you. All right, everyone.